What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Blank Online here today to chat with you more about some Call of Duty 2020. But before I get any further in this video, only 98% of you guys watching this video right now are subscribed to the channel. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure you click that subscribe button so you get up to date on everything to do with Warzone, Call of Duty 2020 and more. Without further ado, let's get into the video. At the moment in time, there's actually nothing really going on in terms of Call of Duty 2020 and Season 4 either. Season 4 just got the mid-season update, which brought a new weapon, a couple new updates, and nothing really much else. So there's nothing really exciting going on in Warzone at this point in time, and there's literally nothing going on with Call of Duty 2020 either. So for today's video, I thought I'd sort of just, have a sit back and just talk to you guys about Call of Duty 2020 as a whole, and our overall expectations of what that game is and will be, because I think that at this point in time, a lot of people are pinning all of their hopes on Call of Duty 2020 being an amazing back to basics, well, no, maybe not back to basics, but back to form, a return to form for Call of Duty. And I think that that sort of expectation will ultimately lead to disappointment, as Call of Duty 2020 has not been revealed yet. We have no release date, we have no trailer, we have no official information. We know that this game is coming, we know that we're going to be getting a Call of Duty game in 2020, we just have nothing official about what that is going to be. At the time that I'm recording this video, it is the 11th of July 2020. Modern Warfare 2019 was revealed on the 31st of May 2019. We are very well overdue for a release or some sort of trailer or some sort of official information about this year's Call of Duty game. And from the looks of things, we're not going to be seeing anything anytime soon. So I guess today's video here, I just sort of wanted to talk through all of that. We've done a couple videos talking about like where is Call of Duty 2020 and that sort of stuff. But this video is more just me sort of going through and I guess explaining to you guys that this year's Call of Duty game may very well be another Modern Warfare 2019. And the reason I say that is because Modern Warfare 2019, the thing with that game is that Infinity Ward did a lot of things to change the Call of Duty formula, removing the minimap and then bringing it back in, but not in the way that many people wanted it to. The footsteps, skill-based matchmaking, safe spaces. Infinity Ward created a philosophy for Modern Warfare 2019 that didn't necessarily fit with what the community wanted. And once that sort of backfired, there was a massive division in the community. Some people really liked Modern Warfare 2019 and the way that game is, and a lot of people didn't. And I guess the majority of the people that didn't like Modern Warfare 2019 was more of the old school Call of Duty fans, and more of the new school Call of Duty fans sort of stuck with it. Me personally, if you go back and watch my videos from like the early days of Modern Warfare 2019, back in like October, I would say all the way up until February, probably, I made a lot of videos complaining about Modern Warfare 2019. Like every single week, every single couple days, there seemed to be another new issue that was pissing me off about this game. There was many times throughout the early stages of Modern Warfare 2019 where I literally I couldn't play it. I didn't have any desire to, I didn't have any need to, like it just wasn't my cup of tea, and it wasn't a lot of people's cup of tea either. Mainly things like the map design being garbage, things like spawns being all over the place and ridiculous. Like there was plenty of things with this game that didn't work at all. Some of them got fixed, a lot of them didn't, because again, it's Infinity Ward's philosophy for this game for it to be the way that it is, and that didn't really work, I guess, for this year. And the reason I'm sort of explaining all of that is because Call of Duty 2020 is going to be built upon the same engine that Modern Warfare 2019 is being built on as well. So in terms of your movement, the way the character sort of behaves, the way the guns behave, it's going to be very, very similar. With all the reports coming out, we know that Call of Duty 2020 is looking to be just Modern Warfare 2019 with a Black Ops skin on it. And I've explained that in previous videos as well. Again, that is why we need to sort of look at our expectations of Call of Duty 2020 and sort of just tone them down a little bit. I see a lot of people on Twitter I see a lot of people in the comment section saying, please save Call of Duty Treyarch. And that's the main thing as well, right? Everybody, or most people, love Treyarch. Most people like Treyarch as their favorite Call of Duty developer because they've made such great games. The original Black Ops, Black Ops 2, people argue Black Ops 3 is a high-tier Call of Duty game as well, and I'd agree with that to a certain extent. It just wasn't my cup of tea because of all the advanced movement, but it's probably the best advanced movement game it got. But Treyarch makes good Call of Duty games, and I guess the reason that people sort of are really excited for Call of Duty 2020 is because Treyarch's making it. And the problem is, and I've said it multiple times before, and I'll say it again if you haven't seen my previous Call of Duty 2020 videos, Treyarch only got put on this project, I'd say, about 11 months ago. This is not Treyarch's original game. This was originally meant to be Sledgehammer's game. They're working through the pandemic, so they're not actually in a studio setting together to work and collaborate and develop this game. And they're on a time crunch. They've got to get this game out before the end of 2020. They've got to get this game out when Activision wants this game to be out, and it's got to be up to a certain standard to where it's acceptable for Activision to push it out and for them to be somewhat happy with the state of the game. I think that what we're going to see is as soon as this game launches, and as soon as we get this game in October, maybe even November, or might go back to the original November release, I think what we're going to see is a lot of bugs and a lot of things that do not work in the game, a lot of glitches, servers not working. We could potentially see a situation like we saw with Call of Duty World War II, where I would say for the first week or two, the servers were absolutely garbage. You couldn't get into the game, and once you did get into the game, the servers were absolutely poo. The servers are poo in Modern Warfare 2019, and we've had that game for almost a year now. So how do you expect Treyarch, where they haven't had the time, they haven't had the resources, they haven't had the collaboration space to do anything really, how do you expect them to sort of have a fully functioning AAA title in the time frame that they've been given? It's sort of unrealistic to think that they can do this sort of thing, and they're going to try to do it. They're going to put out a product, but I don't think it's going to be what everyone thinks it's going to be. And I don't want to sound negative, and I don't want to sound like, oh, this is going to be a garbage game, because I really don't want it to be. I really don't want to go through another year of me being angry or me being not happy with the product that we've been given, because overall I'm a Call of Duty fan. Like, it doesn't matter if safe space is there, it doesn't matter if skill-based matchmaking is absolutely cracked. Like, I'm always going to be a Call of Duty fan. I'm always going to want the best for Call of Duty, and if this game ends up being one of the best Call of Duty games we've ever gotten, then fair enough. Like, that would be an absolute fucking miracle. Like, it would be amazing for this game to be of the sort of quality like the original Black Ops or Black Ops 2. Like, it would be insane for this game to be like that, but I just cannot see a situation where we get that. And I think that we need to subvert our expectations. We need to sort of sit back and think, okay, we're probably going to get another year of a game that feels like Modern Warfare 2019, but we're going to get a more polished version of that potentially, and a version of that doesn't include safe spaces and all that sort of bullshit. So maybe we are going to get the Modern Warfare 2019 that we should have gotten with a Black Ops skin on it. And personally, I don't mind it. It's not what I would want, but I don't mind it at all. I think that on a fundamental point of view, Modern Warfare 2019 is a really good Call of Duty. If you look at it from a gunplay point of view and sort of like a gameplay point of view, stripping away like the safe spaces, skill-based matchmaking, spawn systems, like all that sort of stuff. If you purely look at it from a gameplay point of view, Modern Warfare 2019 is actually a very, very good Call of Duty game. And if you get that Treyarch sort of charm on it, I guess, and you get that Treyarch sort of skin on it, maybe that's the right word to use, then potentially you could have a really, really good Call of Duty there. It's just going to feel very, very similar. And I think that that's what we all need to sort of accept, because again, we're into July. This game is meant to come out in late October, potentially early November. That's about 4 months from now. So I don't know how we're going to do all this. How are you going to have a beta? How are you going to do your initial reveal and get all your hype and all your build up? Because at this point in time, if we're looking at the past 11 years or so, if we're looking at right now, at this point in time, we already know what game we're getting. We already know the multiplayer of the game we're getting, and we're getting on the hype train. Little bits and pieces are being revealed to us. We're getting excited for this year's game, and that's all before the release. We are 4 months away, potentially 4 months. It could be 4 to 3 months from the release of this game, and we don't know the title, we don't know the setting, we don't know what the multiplayer looks like, we don't know what the game looks like, we don't know anything about this game. Yes, we have leaks and rumors, but we don't have anything official about this game whatsoever. We can get excited about it, we can get hyped about it, but at the end of the day, we have nothing official about this game, and we are in early to mid-July, and that's worrying, because how are you going to have a beta? How are you going to have a 2-week beta period where people can get on, play the game, try it out, go back to the developers can fix the bugs and all the kinks that people have found in the game, and then put that into the development and then get this ready for launch, because the game is not finished the day before the game comes out. The game is finished maybe a couple weeks to a month before the game comes out, because what they have to do, they have to mass distribute it, they have to get patches ready, they have to do all this sort of random bullshit. The game is finished before, well before the game comes out. So Treyarch is on a time period here. They're on a crunch. They are under the pump to get something finished. And I think that sort of pressure on them is ultimately going to be their downfall. But I don't want it to be. As I said, I do not want this game to be super garbage. I don't want this game to be another fucking Modern Warfare 2019. I don't want that. You see a lot of Call of Duty YouTubers going back and playing older Call of Duties, Black Ops 4, even before that, Black Ops 3 and all that sort of stuff. The community is very, very divided at this point in time. And I think that a lot of people are looking towards this game to be that unification, that people are looking at Call of Duty 2020 to be the game that brings everyone together once again. And while I really, really want it to be that, it's hard for me to see that being the case. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think about Call of Duty 2020? Let me know about your expectations for this year's title, because this video is all about expectations and the community's expectations on Call of Duty 2020. So I want to know your guys' opinions on all that in the comments down below. Click like if you enjoyed this video. Again, click that subscribe button if you're part of the 98% that hasn't subscribed. If you're part of that 2% that is subscribed and watching this video, I love your faces. Follow me on Twitch down below, twitch.tv/blankonline, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.